Well, it's been super windy the past couple of days, but this is what we've got so far. It's not graded properly just yet. That's what I'm gonna do now. Got a big dirt square. So let me pull out the tiller and grade it. Okay, so let's see. I've got it so it's sloping away from there, but also from there. So that's the high point right there. Hopefully that means that water won't puddle. This is off center, which is what I want because I want the left side to be higher. Okay, and if I lift the right side of the level up just a bit to make it flat, that shows the right side's lower. Perfect. Let's check the downside. This is slightly more level than the upper side, but still in that realm of a little bit lower on the right. Now this is just me trying to level out the ground similar to what I want the top to be, because then the wind. Then hopefully I'll be able to use less sand. I want to put at least an inch down, but I want to reduce the amount of low spots that I gotta fill. You know, if you start with a good foundation, then you have less work to do overall. So this has taken a couple days to do, but that's okay. I know it's good. So now I'll be able to put some landscape fabric down and then the sand that I have, see if I need to get any more, and then I'll be able to lay the pavers. So I got some sand. It kind of looks like it's not enough, but we'll see how far it goes, really. The calculator said that I would need like 16 cubic feet, a little over half a yard, but my truck won't hold that much, so I got about a third, so like 9 cubic feet. Yeah, we'll see how far it goes. Honestly, I don't know. I did grade the ground underneath pretty well, so hopefully I won't need it to fill in so much. We'll see. Part of me feels like maybe I should just rename this channel. Well, that didn't work, because it seems like I have all these ideas, and if I'm not following someone else's plan or have not done it before, I always gotta redo it every time, which it's learning, you know, whatever. But it's so much work. So I wasn't happy with the way the pattern was turning out in regards to all the gaps. And I knew there would be gaps, but I didn't realize they would be so big and so numerous. So for this pathway over here, we used only reclaimed brick and no new pavers. So I didn't realize how much I would hate it. So I tried a couple other ways to put this together to make it work with this corner, with the pathway, with the herringbone pattern. Still too gappy. Did not like it. And so I came to the conclusion that it just wasn't going to work. I tried everything I could think of. And I really do want to use both bricks and pavers. I feel like that's the exact kind of thing I'm trying to accomplish with this house. Blending old and new. So I don't want to scrap that part of it, but I had to rethink the pattern. So I think I came up with something that's gonna look pretty cool and be a little bit more reminiscent of a rug, like a Persian rug or something like that, which is cool. And I'm really excited about it, and I think I'll be able to put it down starting from this corner back here and not have to worry about matching it up to the pathway. So I've got a pattern planned out. And it uses like 4 different patterns, brick layout patterns. So I'm really excited for it. I think it'll look pretty neat, really unique. And it reminds me of, if you've ever seen when an old house has the wood a different pattern, like usually it's around the edges. I love that so much. And this is gonna kind of look like a rug, I think. So it's gonna be cool. So hopefully this goes better this time. I'm gonna see if these bricks line up to the pathway and are level when they get down to it. Because if so, that'd be cool. And I would just add more sand underneath where the pavers are gonna be. But I won't know until I get there. Honestly, if you're gonna do this, you should use a string line and make sure everything's straight. I should too, but I'm past consequences at this point, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna check for the 90-degree angle just to be sure. I'm also gonna use a board that I know is straight to make sure that that line is straight, and same on this side. It's very important to remember that, especially with an old house, but honestly with any house, you're not guaranteed a straight line or a 90-degree angle, so sometimes you have to make your own. So now I've got a 90-degree angle. I feel like I'm dying. My body has not adjusted to the heat yet because it literally hit us 2 days ago. This time last week it was like 70. Tell me what's fair about that. But straight lines, good angle. I'm gonna check and see if the new bricks are at the same height as the pathway, just to see. So since I am going from this corner and out, that's why it was so important to make sure that that was a 90-degree angle, because if it wasn't, I'd end up with the same problem I had the first time around with big gaps where I don't want them. So really, it just goes to show you that this is like painting and the foundations are important. Perfect example. These are definitely squared off, you can see. This is where we stand as of right now. Got I think one more layer of brick section, stripe, I don't know, and then the middle will be this but herringbone, like that. I'm pretty sure I've moved at least 2 tons of bricks by this point. I was curious the other day, so I looked it up. Yeah, 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. One of these pavers is 4.5 pounds. And I don't know how much the bricks themselves weigh, but probably equivalent. So the math says 444 equal 2,000 pounds. Now, I know we bought 300 of these, and we moved them from the store to the cart, to the cart, to the car, to the car, to that pile over there. So we moved them 3 times each time we bought them. And then from over there to over here, and then back out again, and then back in. So I don't know how exactly many times it is. At least 2 tons though. My muscles feel it. We're just about done. I need to do another thing. Still need to do a border of pavers around that side. And then more of these, just like that, but turned on that side. And then probably a layer, just a straight stack of bricks there too. But I wanted to point something out that I knew was going to happen. So notice how in this corner everything's nice and perfectly tucked together. Expected that. That's fine. What's not fine? What's not fine is this big gap. And I knew this was going to happen. I laid this out on SketchUp with this pattern and the sizes of these bricks. So I knew that these other corners weren't going to match up and that I would have to like artificially add a gap. Kind of spread that out amongst the row. That's what I'll do next. That's what I'll do after I finish laying these bricks out. Everything's nice and flush. And everything's sloping the right way, which is incredible. Yeah, after I make sure that this last row or 2, I guess, is good, then I will shift everything, kind of spread that gap out, and then I'll be able to put sand down in the cracks. So I'm very excited. We're almost done. It's almost done. I just need to add the polymeric sand in between the joints. But look, they're all spaced out. That one looks really funky because it's 4 in a row, but what are you gonna do? That's just what happens with the basket weave, I guess. I'm not mad at it. The joint sand will help hold everything together. is done. Look at this thing. Obviously it's not done because this is what I have to work with, alright? So the only things I know I want to keep here, furniture-wise, are the squirrel and the umbrella. Everything else I am not attached to. But I don't want to come up with a plan and execute it just to not use it. So I'm gonna give it some time to figure out exactly how we use this space, since we really only get a few weeks a year to sit outside without drowning. And there's no reason to put in a whole lot of work if it's just gonna be this, you know? It is pretty though. She's gorgeous. Ignore that over there, I'm still not done with it. The patio itself though, I think it turned out so beautiful. The pattern is way better than I had to redo it. So even though